Parshas Vayeitzei. Vayeitzei Yaakov Beersheva. Yaakov had gone out from Beersheva. Vayelech Chorono. And he went to Choron. Now, the question's obvious. If he's going to Choron, and the previous parsha had said that he was in Beersheva, so it's obvious to go to Choron, you have to leave Beersheva to go to Choron. So what does the Torah have to tell us? Vayeitzei Yaakov Beersheva. So evidently, that itself is an event unto itself. It's not just saying he left the location. Vayeitzei Yaakov Adesha Bishvil Shiros Bil Shkanoan Vedi Yitzchak Aviv Holach Esav El Yishmoel. That's the previous parsha and thereof. Hipsiko Inyon beParshas Shel Yaakov Uksiv Vayar Esav Kiborich Mishagomer Chosli Yerishon. Because the previous parsha had said that Yitzchak had told Yaakov to go take a wife from the daughters of Lavan. Vayeitzei lo yotzorach lichtov ela vayelech Yaakov Chorono. Right? If he's going to Choron, we know he's in Beersheva, so it's obvious he's leaving Beersheva. Right, this morning, where did Howard come from? I'm not sure where he came from. But if the presumption is he came from Teaneck, exactly. V'loma hiski yitzioso, elamagid yitzias tzadik min amok moseroshem. Now when a tzaddik leaves a location, you feel the difference. Okay. Shezman shatzadik bir hu hoda hu zivo hu hadora. He's its hod, its ziva, its radiance, hadora, splendor. Yotze mishom pon hodo pod ziva pon hadora. Chein v'ateitzim min amokom omor b'nomi v'rus. Now it's interesting. Even though Yitzchak and Rivka were still alive, his leaving made a difference. There was a difference. You'd say, what difference does it make? There was a difference.
So what are they talking about, the Nomi and Ruth?
Also, their presence being there, it's a tzaddik. Oh. Being in the location, a tzaddik being in the location, no longer being there, but you see clearly, seemingly you would say, maybe Yaakov was special, right? Yaakov is the Merkava, the Merkava. If that's the case, it has no relevance to Nomi Arus, correct? So you see, it's tzaddik. A tzaddik is in a location; it's a different location. He is its radiance. He's its splendor. I always say over here, it was known that after Chofetz Chaim passed away, the Chazon Ish left Europe to go to Eretz Yisrael. He held that as long as the Chofetz Chaim was alive, because the Chofetz Chaim was in Europe, Europe had the status of Eretz Yisrael in terms of its being special. The moment he passed away, the Chazon Ish felt, even though Reb Chaim Ozer was still alive, Reb Baruch Ber was still alive, the Brisker Rav was there, you had Gedolei Yisrael Tzadikim, they went out to Chofetz Chaim. Chofetz Chaim passes away, it's a different continent. Picks himself up, goes to Eretz Yisrael. It was said over the story, they said, there's the earthly map and there's the heavenly map. Alan, this is good for Shalosh Shudas. Right? So on the earth, exactly. On the earthly map, Berlin was a big black circle, large circle, Paris, whatever. Rodden, you had to get a magnifying glass to locate it on. We're not talking about what's his name, the Ukraine. There's nothing to talk about. That doesn't exist. Okay, so exactly, except for Mukach. So he said, but the heavenly map, Berlin, Paris, even with the magnifying glass, they're not on the map. Rodden covers the whole map, and that's the way the Chazon Ish. That's Ziva, Hadora, that's Hoda. It's everything. El Chorono Yotzod Leleches LeChoron.
So we said that the Shekinah was with Abraham. Every place Abraham.
No, but I'm showing you, it's not because it's the Shekinah is with them. Because we're showing from Nomi Arus,
right.
They weren't the Merkava, and he says, as we see, when Nomi Arus left, they were the beauty, the splendor, and the radiance of the location.
but applying it back to the Yaakov. So at this point, does Yaakov know that the Shekhinah would be with him or not? It's too soon.
Shekhinah was always with him, Yaakov.
Always with Yaakov.
Yeah, that's separate. But I'm showing it's not because Yaakov was the special Av. That's where he made a difference. Because if that was the reason, he's citing Nami and Rus.
Right.
Can't you say anything about the fact that Beersheba is in Eretz Yisrael? Eretz Yisrael, so it's a holier land than Haran. Haran is
Okay.
leaving. Yeah.
He's going to Choron.
You're right, I'm saying. So he's leaving a higher spiritual.
Okay.
a lower spiritual.
Okay, good. But that's not the question. Previous parsha it says he's leaving.
Right.
If he's left, previous parsha it says where was he? He was in Beersheba. So what should this parsha start? He's going to Choron. If he's going to Choron, we know he's Beersheba, so where did he leave? Evidently he left Beersheba. So what does there have to go out? It's what he said that he left Beersheba to tell us this point. That when a tzaddik leaves, the leaving is an event unto itself. It's not to get to the second location. It's an event unto itself. Hold the door, the fun of. He does. It does.
What extra does that word? Rashi
Whatever it's,
Rashi could have said shmira.
it's much more. It's because this hod v'hodor and all that's a consequence of that. The shmir is a consequence of that.
Mm-hmm.
See, could you imagine? You have people. The world just the past few years since the Gedol Yisrael passed away. Rav Moshe Feinstein, Rabbi Kalatsky. I mean, the world has changed. It's not to believe what kind of different world it is. Rav Shach, Rebbe Yoshiv, all these people. It's a different world, literally a different world. I mean, it's like it's a different era in the humanity of the world. Everything. I'm not even talking about the spirituality of the world. It's interesting. The Chazon Ish said that there will, as long as there's no Chilul Shabbos in Bnei Brak, a missile will never fall in Bnei Brak. That's what Chazon Ish says. A missile will never fall in Bnei Brak. No. All the wars, whatever it is, Scuds, whatever it was, Bnei Brak never had any incident. Always protected. Chazon Ish says, Bnei Brak is Ira Torah, the Torah will protect it. That, as long as there's no breach in Shabbos. And that's what he said. So it's a famous story during the Six-Day War in Panovich. They were putting tape on the windows that in case there's a bomb that lands, just from the vibration, the glass would shatter. Not that the bomb would hit the yeshiva. So by putting tape, the shards they'll be attached to the tape. So there was somebody doing it. So Rechatzka Levenstein, who was the Mashgiach, Zechat Tzaddik Uvrocha, who was a false person who had Ruach HaKodesh, says, stop immediately. Don't do it. I think till today, it's half-taped the window from that time. Nothing's happening. There's not going to be any event here. Maybe he knew what the outcome would be. Chazon Ish said, no bomb, no incidents could happen here. There's no reason to tape the window. They just left it half-taped for that reason. Okay, Huhodo, Hudoro, Huziva, finished. Provides that special, because it has that level of representation, it provides all levels of protection. The Gemara says in Basra, quotes the Posuk, Oman Nichoma, that people who have to pay for the various fees in the community, like security, it's part of the tax, Talmid Chacham are exempt from that tax, because they don't need the security. The Torah itself protects them. And it tells over a story, and of many things, that the government, the non-Jewish government, came and taxed the Jewish community, a head tax. So the Talmid Chacham said, in the community, we're not paying the tax. So the people in the community, they were upset. They said, you don't pay the tax, we're going to leave the community, you're going to be left holding the bag. You're going to have to pay the tax yourself. So half of the Amaratzim left. So when half left, the government reduced the tax to 50%. Then they said, we're all leaving. Well, they all left. They canceled the tax. No one had to pay tax. That's the story. So the Gemara says that's Oma Nichoma. The Torah itself, that's the protection. You need nothing but that. To be continued.
Yeah, but
He has no chiv whatsoever. There's no inyan even. With him, there's no inyan, period. Tomorrow there's a siyum by breakfast on Kedushin. There's a siyum tomorrow on Kedushin, tomorrow morning by breakfast. Just saying, if you schedule, we schedule.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.